Hey, it's a brand new month. It is the month of March. It's the month of March. And there's a saying that March comes in like a lion and goes out like a lamb because the weather really starts to change in March. And it says it comes in like a lion, which means it's still winter and it's still cold and windy and snowy, but it goes out like a lamb and it's more like spring. So March is when we try to transition over from winter to spring, and that is exciting. So let's go ahead and add our date for today. And it is the very first day of March. So we'll add that number 1. It's the very first day. So here's our 1. It tells us today is Monday, the first day of our school week. Adding Monday. Going back, we're jumping back to yesterday. It already happened in the past. It was Sunday, and that's one of our weekend days, Sunday. We'll add that. And then we are at Monday today, but we jump into the future to find out what tomorrow will be. It'll be Tuesday. Tuesday hasn't happened yet. It will happen tomorrow. So let's go ahead and read these sentences together. Yesterday was Sunday. Today is Monday. Tomorrow will be Tuesday. And today we have to add another 1, but we're going to run into a problem because when we add that 1, we now have 10 ones. And you can't have 10 ones. The most you can ever have in that one spot is 9. So we have to make some adjustments. We've got to make some adjustments here. So let's go ahead and start taking those 10 ones away, and we're going to add a big, long 10. There we go. We're going to trade it. We're going to trade 10 ones for one of these long 10s. So, because the most you can have in the 1 spot, like I said, the most you can ever have in the 1 spot is a 9. You can't have a 10 there. So, let's go ahead and make a copy here. And there's our other 10. So we traded those 10 ones for a single 10 right here, a 10. So we have got some changing to do. We don't have 1 10 anymore. We have 2 10s. We still have 1 100. We've got 2 10s. And then how many ones do we have? 0, right? We have 0 ones over here. So we have been in school for 120 days. 120 days. Now we're getting ready to start a unit on addition. So I thought we would come back and revisit our number lines and do some addition problems. So we've got 3 pink frosted donuts and 2 yellow frosted donuts. How many donuts do we have altogether? We need to build an equation. And we also need to jump it on our number line. So let's start out with 3. Now we are joining these 2 groups together. We're going to see how many there are when we put these 2 together. So we're going to use this plus sign. And then we have 2 yellow frosted donuts over there. And what do we add next? Well, we add that equal sign, right? Equals. And when you add together the 3 and the 2, how many do you get? So let's look over here. We've got 3, and we're going to jump 2 spaces. Now you don't count. Start counting on the 3. You don't count till you make a jump. So we're going to jump 2. We're going to jump 1 space, 2 spaces. Where did we land? On the 5, right? On the 5. So 3 plus 2 equals 5. That's our equation, 5. Now I want to take a look at, come back here, you. Our number bond, what would that be? Now we had 3, now why did it do that? Well, here we go again. Make it just big enough you can see it. So we had 3 pink donuts, and then I'm gonna have to make this bigger again. How many yellow frosted donuts did we have? We had 2, right? 2 yellow frosted donuts. And then when we added those together, how many did we get? take a look back at what we did here. 3 pink frosted plus 2 yellow frosted equals 5 altogether. So that's our whole, would be 5. So part of our equation was 3 pink, part was 2 yellow, but the whole thing all together was 5 for our number bond. All right, now here's something we haven't talked about yet, and that's subtraction. So we're going to work on our subtraction jars here, and we're going to be writing a subtraction equation. I want you to notice that the sign is different. It's not a plus sign anymore. That's a minus sign because we're taking something away. When we have that plus, we're putting things together, like we put those 2 groups of donuts together. But now we're taking something away. So the first thing we do is write out how many we have all together. So how many pink cupcakes are in our jar? 4, right? Then we have to write down how many we're taking away. So I'm going to take away 1, 2. I'm going to take away 2. Why did that do that? Wait a minute. Back, 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 back. I'm going to take away 2. There we go. I took away 2 cupcakes. Now how many cupcakes are left in that jar after I took away those 2? There are 2 left. That's subtraction. So you start with how many you had to start with, which we had 4 to start with, but we took 2 away and put them over here. And now we have 2 left. So our equation would say 4 minus 2 equals 2. And even more practice, let's do some domino subtraction. Now this gets a little tricky, and I'm going to show you what I mean. All right, now we are going to take the first side, which is a 4, and we're going to subtract the second side, which is a 1. And if you took away one of these dots, you had 4 on this side, and you took away 1, I'm going to put my arrow over it. How many dots would you have left? 1, 2, 3 on that side, right? You'd have 3 left. So your equation would be 4 minus 1 equals 3. Now, I'm going to include a song about March since this is our first day of March.